Here we go, FOXFEST 2 and Snooty Fox, and I'm with Red Riding Quartet. How are you guys doing?
Not so bad, thank you.
Bit wet outside, but just warm inside.
The north.
Quite an unusual name. Is there a story behind that?
We'll cut to the chase. Basically, Red Riding Quartet was a series of 4 books written by a guy called David Peace. He's probably best known for the Damned United, about Brian Clough's tenure at Leeds United. All the books are mostly set around this area, West Yorkshire, and they run from 1974 through to 1983. Some of it's loosely based on the Yorkshire Ripper investigation and the media coverage. So that's where the name came from.
Excellent. It certainly was one of the names that really stood out for this. Really didn't expect to see a band with that sort of name on the venue.
Well, that's what I like about it, because it's not like your typical central name. It can be anything.
Well, then again, I don't think we're a particularly typical metal band. There's a lot of metal elements there. Yeah, going on as well.
I thought it was a jazz band when they asked me to do it. Nobody told me.
Quartet.
That's what threw me off actually. I saw the word quartet. And I instantly thought like a jazz infused sort of.
I think it's a bit of a red herring. People, when they see that term, you do like you say, you think of string quartets and things like that. So yeah, it's good to throw people a bit of a false lead and see what they do with it.
So obviously there's quite a lot of genres which fall under the metal rock family. How would you describe your music?
Just heavy sounds. We kind of, a while back, we were asked, I think, did an interview with a fanzine and said, describe your sound in 5 words. So we just said, Northern Sons playing heavy sounds, and that's, it covers a lot of things.
Bits of Sabbath, bits of Tool.
Queens of the Stone Age is a band with Mastodon as well. But I think we've had people say to us that
A lot of hardcore influences, stuff like Black Flag and stuff like that.
that's come up a few times, definitely.
Some of the views on the Doom, Death Sounds as well. It's like a mixture of all sorts of different sounds. Sort of rock and metal. They're all come from more or less from the same thing. We've all got various influences as well, so I'll bring a little bit of something.
There's common threads to Sabbath thing.
Yeah. Well, we played Bradford about 2 or 3 weeks back. There was a guy in the audience, and at the end of one song he just shouted out, Black Sabbath! I was like, yeah, you've got us on that one, fair cop. But, I mean, I don't think there's any band playing heavy music that can say they've never listened to Black Sabbath. They'd be lying if they said that.
Well, what universe have they been in?
Say again?
Maybe like you'd be asking them, well, where have you been?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you been in a coma all your life and just woken up? Obviously, FOXFEST today. What's plans for the rest of 2013 for you guys?
Well, they're doing a mini festival at the Crusader at Garfield. We're looking at something maybe in the warehouse in April, and then anything else that pops up.
Yeah, very much open to offers for the rest of the year. Although we need to prioritise recording. The EP we did is early 2011 that came out. So
we need to get some new, we've got a lot of new material and it's going to be cool. And I think it's a lot better than the other stuff.
There's certainly songs from that EP. We will be playing a couple of them tonight, but yeah, we've got a lot of material since then that I think with that EP being over 2 years old, it's maybe not an accurate reflection of how we sound now.
Well, it's one of those things that's not into your, like in the industry, you realise that it's not easy to get on the road, push your name out there, do tours, and then produce music at the same time. And like you know, before you know, 2-3 years have passed, we've got, oh, hang on, we better get some more materials.
I mean, I think having been in bands in the past where it's always a bit of a juggling act, whether you prioritise gigging or recording, and in the past we gigged a lot, and I think that got his name out there. But that was sort of early 2000s when the internet wasn't quite as prevalent as it is now. I just think I never mention, say, Facebook or Twitter on stage because I just think there's so many bands bang on about that, and it's awash with millions of bands probably vying for your attention on Facebook. So I try to not mention that and let the music do its talking. And if you're interested, come and speak to us and tell you a bit more.
Well, with like when you're going to get your new material sort of done, how would you like to see it actually put out there? Obviously, the recent choice aid is obviously download via Amazon, Twitter, iTunes.
Personally speaking, vinyl. I'd like to put out a 7-inch ideally. I've got like ideas in mind, but it's financing it. Now we're all in a position where we've got pretty steady jobs and a bit of disposable income. Well, speaking for myself, we just bought a house, so for me to press up, I don't know, a few hundred vinyl, you need to know that there's the demand to sell it. We had 200 of the last CD done, and we probably only just sold the last of those a few months back. So there's no point us doing that if there isn't the demand. So I think it's a case of getting his name out there a bit more, and if there's a demand for vinyl, then I'd love to press up something.
Because cassette's making a comeback as well.
Yeah, I've noticed the new Carcass album. I don't think I've been as excited about a band bringing out an album for ages. But Carcass coming back, I think it's 17 years since they did an album. And I've been following that a lot, and I noticed that Nuclear Blast putting out on set. Interesting. I think there's a lot of completists out there that will buy every format, which, if that's what floats your boat, fair enough.
Well, the thing is, with a cassette, it's a reset. It's how many times you guys can remember putting a cassette and said it just goes, you have to go and buy another one.
I'd rather actually have like chips implanted in our fans' head and then they can just download it straight from the internet. That's my dream.
I mean, these guys laugh at me because I sometimes...
No, we don't.
Not as often as I should, but sometimes I turn up at practice with a cassette recorder and record the rehearsal, and that's how I learn new songs.
Well, they say cassettes coming back, they might even bring 8-track back eventually.
Pretty cool to bring.
I think history repeats itself a lot.
So when it comes to merchandise, do you guys have any sort of specific thing in mind when you produce something?
No, we've not done any merchandise. We've talked about it in the past. I think with the name tying in, with the book and everything like that, there is a lot of scope for the imagery we've got in mind. Is we've got an idea, and we've done some pretty iconic photo shoots in the past. But our original bassist emigrated to Australia, so
Hi, Mark.
hello if you're watching. I don't know if you know the Emblem or Transmitter. We did some photos next to that. They were all. It was a really good image, and we used it for gig posters for ages, just red and black, and it's really
good.
simple but very effective. So there's things like that tie in with the name of the band.
So all you guys sort of like an artistic sort of approach, or does that fall down to a particular?
I think we probably do, yeah.
Artistic approach, would you say? In what sense?
But when it comes to sort of like thinking, like, we're going to do a photo shoot, we want it in this style.
I think it's sort of a lot of it ties in with imagery from the books.
There's the imagery of the songs as well.
A lot of Yorkshire, things around Yorkshire, and the imagery. All the songs are based on the books. It's not tales from the books.
We did some photos up at Yorkshire Sculpture Park as well, which for anyone in the area, you think of Yorkshire Sculpture Park and you think of like Hepworth sculptures and things like that. But there's a lot of 1970s architecture there that was the university campus and police training buildings, and it's very easy to have a wander around and find some interesting things that people will not associate with the sculpture park. So there's a couple of good photos came out of that, definitely. I think you'd have to be very sort of well versed in the area to guess where some of them were taken. The Emily Moore Mask one is a dead giveaway, but some of the others were a bit more subtle, definitely.
A bit of a strange question for you. I know it's a few months away, but the Christmas wish list for you guys. What would you like to see for the band happening in 2014?
Personally, I'd probably like to see more festivals, more live exposure. Like I said, we're going to be recording some of the newer stuff. Let's get that out there and just get good feedback from that.
Recording, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's number one.
Yeah.
Get some new, all the new material.
I think for me, there's so many great festivals that are a more DIY approach. I mean, Jim's putting this on. Credit to Jim and Mal to get the snooty going. When a lot of the live music venues around here have kind of come and gone, Mal's been very consistent. But if you look at, you've got things like, we've got one in Wakefield called Long Division, which uses a lot of venues like library and theatre, a bit more interesting. You've got places like Live at Leeds, Damnation Festival in Leeds, there's one called Tramlines in Sheffield. There's a lot of festivals starting up. I'd like to play Damnation. Bloodstock, I've always been keen on that, but it's getting quite big, so I'm sure there's lots of other bands that would compete for those slots, so there's a lot of less obvious festivals, so it'd be nice to get around those, I think, definitely.
So, kind of sort of around here is another sort of fantasy question. If you could play in any location, anywhere in the world, where would it be, and who would you have on the schedule this week?
Say again.
Oh, main stage and download.
Yeah, so if you could play in any venue, anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Right, okay, there's a venue that's going to be reopening hopefully next year in Wakefield called Unity Hall. We're shareholders in this. It's all a community share issue to get that up and running. I mean, back in the 80s, bands like Iron Maiden played there, Pretenders, The Damned. So ideally, I'd love to play there when that reopens. Try and get Saxon playing there because they recorded their last album in Wakefield. I don't know if people know that, but I'm a bit of a Saxon fan, so yeah. Us supporting Saxon at Unity Hall next year, it's going to happen.
Well, Saxon supporting us.
Even better.
Yeah, there you go. What about yourself?
I'll probably echo what Andy says about Unity Hall, because I mean, that's a really exciting thing. It's a big part of the Wakefield history and heritage. To see that come back up as well, if we can be part of that, that'd be fantastic. If you're on about 3 minutes as well, have you got 2 hours spare? I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you.
Well, guys, I'd like to thank you so much for taking time.
Welcome. Cheers.
Enjoy the show this evening when you're on. We'll certainly be watching you as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.